I got a voicemail from, it said Palm Beach, Florida, and I did not recognize the number, and so I didn't answer it. Then I got a voicemail, and it was Jimmy Buffett. And he said to call him, that he had a proposition for me, and that he was going to be in Tahiti for a couple weeks, so that I should call him on his French phone. And I remember thinking, I wish that I had a French phone. And so, of course, I called him, and he said that he was doing a musical on Broadway, or he was hoping it would go to Broadway, and that he would like for me to audition for the part of basically playing him in the musical. And so I said, "This sounds good, Jimmy Buffett." And so he said, "Well, I'm playing in Birmingham next week. Why don't you come up there and we can meet and have lunch, and then I'm playing a show after." I said, "Okay." So I drove up to Birmingham, and I met him, and then he said, "Do you want to go to the show?" And I said, "Yes, Jimmy Buffett." And he said, "Do you want?" And then we got in his limousine, and then on the way to the show, he said, "Would you like to sit in with the band tonight?" And I said, "I would like that, Jimmy Buffett." And then he said, "Do you know changes in latitudes?" And I said, "Everybody knows changes in latitudes, Jimmy Buffett." And he said, "Okay, great. Well, we'll do that." And I said, "Okay." And so when we got to the venue, I got on the YouTube and learned from a 15-year-old changes in latitudes. And then I felt prepared for the show, and I was actually hanging out with the crew, and the road manager came up and said, "Jimmy would like to see you." So I go in the dressing room, and he's getting up from a nap, and he says, "Let's run through the song." So we ran through the song, and about halfway through, he stopped singing, and he looked at me, and he went, and I was like, and he said, "Sing it." And I said, "You said play it." And he said, "No, I want you to sing it too." And I said, "Well, I don't want to mess the mojo we got, Jimmy, so let's just do it all in one shot." And he kind of looked at me like, and I said, "Got it?" And he was like, "Okay." And then he walked out and went onto the stage. So then I got back on the 15-year-old's YouTube channel, and I learned the lyrics to Changes in Latitudes. And then the last song of the night, I got up and played Changes in Latitudes at Oak Mountain Amphitheater with Jimmy Buffett. And it was really fun, and he seemed to really like it, and he was pumping me up to the crowd, and I thought, maybe I will get this Broadway part. So then I go to New York City, and I'm sitting in on a row of like 25 people who look just like me. And I have no acting experience other than bullshitting my way through songwriter performances on stage. And most of the rest of my life. But so I think the part went to someone who was a little more experienced. And so I was back in Mississippi, and then fast forward a bunch of time, and there was the COVID experience. And during COVID, I decided I was going to get organized. And so I did everything that one could do to get organized, and part of that was getting rid of things on my telephone. And I ran across this voicemail again. This is several years later now. And I was reminded once again that I would like to have my own Tahitian phone. And I wrote this song there on the couch. And so out of the whole experience, besides I did get one song. This is it. Oh, Jimmy, give me some of that money. Come on, man, you're almost a billionaire. Break me off a little bit of that stash. I'll write it in a song and you can call me on my Tahitian phone. Oh, Jimmy, give me some of that money. I'll buy me a plane, I'll head straight for the sun. I'll do a loop-de-loop for the Sky King. I'll set it down, it'll be like a dream, and you can call me on my Tahitian phone. We can find the truth and dance around it a little longer. Oh, Jimmy, we can take that money and run. We can take that money and run. Oh, Jimmy, I know it sounds funny, but it's a good thing you can't see the other end of this phone. Find yourself a middle-aged man, I'll be sleeping in the back of a van, trying to save money, start a family and find a home. He said, call me on my, call me on my, call me on my Tahitian phone. He said, call me on my, call me on my Tahitian phone. Come on, Jimmy.